Call started. All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday night for our little business masterclass to see if doing our fitness business would be the right fit for you. If you guys don't know me, my name is Rose Smith. I've been a body partner for almost 11 years. It'll be 11 years, January 14th. Yes, I signed up on Valentine's Day because I was in a long distance relationship. It was super hard for me to find a job at a high school. I was the athletic trainer, and there's only one per high school. So it was very hard for us to location wise find a job that I can do. And actually, being a body partner was what got us to be married, long story short. But, anyways, I've been doing this for almost 11 years. It's so crazy to even say that. I was a high school athletic trainer. I was just totally thought that I was, I did all the things, right? Like I went to school, I got a degree, I got this amazing career, I got health insurance, like ta-da, like I made it. And I'm like, well, something's wrong. Like I felt like something was missing in my life. And I was just getting really depressed. And being an athletic trainer, you would figure that I was healthy, and I just wasn't. I was having really weird symptoms with like my hair falling out, acne all over my chest. It turned out to be PCOS. And I knew I had to really get a hold on my food, my stress. And the only way I knew I could do that was getting out of I call it like my groundhog days of being in the school district. Did I think this would be it? No, but I gained a lot of weight being in that career. So crazy. And I found Insanity, the workout DVD back then, and I lost 30 pounds in 2 months with that program. And I'm like, this is magical. Like, do other people know about this? Like, because I would always just like laugh it off. Like, that's so silly. You need to go to a gym. I mean, I came from the health and fitness realm anyways, and like you're supposed to be in the gym for like 2 hours and like kill yourself and hate it. And doing that workout program really just changed my mindset on how you can actually enjoy something, how you can have a goal for yourself, and how you can accomplish something and be proud of yourself for it. And I was super proud after finishing that program. I signed up for a free membership because I got the DVDs off of Amazon, and a free coach. Back in the day, we were called coaches. This free coach reached out to me. She was a total stranger, and she put me like in one of her groups. And then one day she posted about who would want to earn like extra income um, through their health and fitness journey. And I was like, I know she's talking about that beach body thing. She's not going to get me. I'm not doing that pyramid scheme. And I had no idea really what network marketing was all about. I had no background in marketing or any of that, but I knew I needed something else. And I just had this gut feeling that I had to try, right? Like I didn't want to go back to school to do my master's. I didn't want to do that, right? I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the community. And I thought I could do it on my cell phone. And we'll talk to you about like how I did that as a full-time high school athletic trainer, working 50 plus hours a week, 6 days a week in a long distance relationship. So if you have the time excuse of I don't have the time, you have the time, and we're going to teach you how you can do that tonight. But like I said, I started just with that pipe dream of just wanting more for my life, wanting my time back. I worked all nights, holidays, weekends. I didn't have the typical teacher schedule, which was like hard as I got older because I'm like, how can I have a family? Like, when would I see my kids if I'm always at somebody else's sports games? When would I see my kids on the weekend if I'm working the weekends? Like, I'm like, this is crazy. So it took me 3 years to earn my even more than my full-time income with body. And I did it working full time and doing body part time on social media and some in-person stuff as well. But this has literally changed every aspect of my entire life. If I did not do this, my life wouldn't be like it is today. And I know that sounds like so like airy fairy, but it is 100% the truth. And that's why I love sharing it with people. And I still share it to this day, 11 years later, because I know there's other women out there that desperately are looking for something. They're looking for this, but they just don't know it yet. So I'm going to shoot it over to Alicia, and she's going to share more about her story.
Hey everyone, so I'm Alicia. I am a farm and ranch wife from North Dakota and mom. I have two kids and a third one on the way in March. And so I have been a body partner for 9 years now. I signed up in December. After the fall, I was diagnosed. In the fall, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 23. And it's crazy to me that it's been 9 years, but it flies by. I was actually working full time at the time when I signed up, and I just wanted to get my health in check. Like Rose, I didn't have a ton of weight to lose. Like I was happy where I was at. I felt good. I dabbled some in like Jillian Michaels DVDs. I say that I stockpiled them from Target or Walmart, and then I just would do one or two, and I'd be like, okay, that's enough. Like I'm sore. I'm done with this, and then just buy another one the next time you went. And so when I signed up for this, I was like, okay, I'm actually committing to this. I'm doing this. I am doing this for my health now because I seen my grandpa struggle with his arthritis all of his life. He also has RA. He just had his third arm or elbow replacement here just this week. And so I've just seen him struggle a lot in his life. And so I didn't want to have that for myself. And so I knew I wanted to kind of take my health under control and my eating and all of that. And thankfully, at the time, I was going on medication, but I was able to be off my medication for the past, I think like 5 years, I've been off medication and just managing it with food and nutrition and workouts and things. And so I just would post on social media. Like I would just share, what I was doing, or I would share my workouts or a recipe here and there. And I was actually a free lead for Rose. So what that means is basically you get assigned people from Beachbody or from Body, assigns you people that when you're hitting your goals every single month, you basically get these free customers underneath you, which is really, really cool. And it's a great option for people who live in small town USA like I do. And so, anyway, I was one of those for Rose. And so she had reached out to me and she was, coaching me throughout this process, and she me in her fit club. And then, sorry, it's that time of night here. But anyway, she put me in her group, and then she reached out and she was like, you really need to think about doing this as a business opportunity because you're doing everything that I'm doing. You're just not getting paid for it. And I was like, okay, like tell me more. And I had been approached by other companies before too. And it was always a no. But the thing that stuck with me is like health and fitness is something people always want. People aren't always going to want lipstick or makeup or leggings and things like that. But health and fitness is going to be always in style. And so I decided, I was like, okay, tell me more, tell me more. And I really enjoyed this. Like, I felt like having more eyes on me would just keep me more accountable. It would help me just in the process of like, still working on my health every day. I knew that this wasn't just a destination thing. Like, I was like, I don't want to just lose 20 pounds. I want this to be a lifelong journey. And so with that, I decided to become a partner, and I was working full time. I had over an hour commute one way every day, and I was getting up at like 4:30 in the morning to work out and, do some work and things like that before I'd leave to work. And anyway, just looking back, like it is crazy, like Rose said, how much your life has changed. I knew I always wanted to work from home. I knew I wanted that opportunity, but I just didn't know the how, or how I was, going to get to that point. All of my other jobs, I'd always ask, is there an opportunity that I can work from home? Because I knew I always had kind of the go-getter inside of me, that could work from home and do well with it. And so this was the vehicle that took me there, and I'm proud to say that. And I'm so happy that I can work from home and I can make my own schedule. It doesn't always look the same, and it doesn't look the same from when I started either as a partner. But the one thing that's always remained the same is that I took my health and fitness journey into a business to help other people because I fell in love with that journey. And I want to show other people too that they can fall in love with it too and make a business. And no matter if it's paying for your groceries or having a supplemental income, that you can do this too.
Yeah, and I feel like it's something that like you should be doing anyways, right? Like you should be healthy. You should like incorporate like movement into your life. So like why not get paid for it? And I forget the average. I think it's like the average person spends about like 3 hours a day on social media. And it's like, why not monetize that? Like I always say it like, why not utilize that the best to your advantage instead of just like using it to like zone out? Like use it to make
Yeah.
income for
If
your
you're gonna
family.
be on social media, you might as well be like making money from it.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
100%. So we wanted to kind of take a different approach to this call. Normally, we kind of like not banter, but we talk more about like objections. But we really wanted to give you guys like really a solid foundation for how we built this, especially like in the beginning with full-time jobs and doing this business and talking about social media right off the bat is for me, social media was my job, job. I didn't go on it to scroll. I didn't go on it to. I don't even have TikTok. I feel like I'm too old for that like generation. But I really, because I know a lot of people say like, I don't want to be on my phone all day. No, I'm not on my phone all day. I put it aside and sometimes I don't even have it in front of me for a good like 2, 3, 4 hours because I want to be present with my kids. The whole point of me creating a business that I could do for myself by myself. Obviously, we have an amazing team that helps with that, but I didn't want to be stuck to my phone either. So in the beginning, this is what my schedule looked like. I would wake up earlier. Well, I wake up earlier now. I have kids. Hello. It just looks different. I would wake up early because as an athletic trainer, I didn't have to really be at work until I think it was like 10 or 11, but I also had an hour commute. So I woke up early. I lived in a condo, so I had to walk my dog around. I couldn't just like let him out. It's so easy now. You just let him out in the backyard. Anyways, I walked my dog. I got my breakfast in. I pressed play on my workout. And the commute time was when I listened to personal development. That is something that is really, I feel like sets this type of business apart from anything else is you have to work on your mindset. You have to work on building that confidence muscle just because you're at this alone. Not alone. Like I said, you have the team, but you are your own boss. So sometimes it's really easy to say, I don't have time, but yet you're watching Netflix and watching The Bachelor. I love The Bachelor, and I know Alicia does too. Um, we use other things as scapegoats for why we can't do X, Y, Z. But if we can just focus on it, and that's what personal development really taught me was like how to set goals, how to time manage, and how that I could just believe in myself. I think that's the biggest thing is just having the belief in yourself that you can absolutely do this. So that was like the morning part of my morning was just like my workout, my personal development. Once I got to work, I had a lunch and a prep period. So that was always like I worked in a basement in the school, so I never got cell phone reception. So I would literally sit in my car during my lunch and my prep. And that is when I would do my posts. That is when, and back in those days, it was just Facebook. I did not have Instagram. I don't think Instagram wasn't a thing back then either. I I connected with people. So that's when I invited people to join my challenge group. That's when I would post in my challenge groups. I feel like back then we didn't even have like now you can schedule posts in your group. Back then, like you would have to do everything like in the moment. So with those, like my prep period and my lunch, that's when I would kind of do like what I would call like income producing activities. So finding new people. So I would friend request people on Facebook. So before I became a body partner, I literally had like less than 400 friends. Once I started becoming a body partner, social media was my job. So I had to find people to connect with. It was my job to be like a friend maker. So I went through like all my high school, my college, places that I've worked before, all of like my um, Dave, he's my husband, but back then he was my boyfriend. But I went through all of his friend lists, my best friend's friend lists, and I just friend requested people, and that's really how I built my business in the beginning. So that was like my prep and my lunch. And I worked really weird hours. Like some like Friday nights were pretty much like a squash, especially in the fall season, because I had football games. So it really was me planning like Monday through Thursday after work, which I typically would get home maybe around 8. I would have a quick dinner, walk the dog again, and then any call that I could be on to learn about the business, to learn like social media skills, to learn, any type of training call that I could get my hands on. That is what I did from like once I got done walking the dog until I went to bed. And I don't know what time I went to bed back then, but I would say like I spent 1 to 2 hours like Monday through Thursday really honing in on the skills that it took to make this work. Because like I said, like most people, you have to learn how to be an entrepreneur, right? So as long as you're willing to learn how to do this, there's like everything is learnable. You can really just start at ground zero, and that's what everybody does when they join. And we have so many more tools now than we did back then, but people are successful from all the way back then. So that's what it really looked like when I was just working my full-time job. I traveled on the weekends because I was in a long distance relationship, so we were always flip-flopping back and forth. So it didn't seem like a lot of time that I have, and it really wasn't. So I would say like maybe like 2 to 3 hours Monday through Thursday is how I built this business. But I was super hyper focused for those 2 to 3 hours that I had 4 days a week to work this business. If I had extra time, I didn't know any TV shows for like my first like 3 years in my business because I had goals, right? I could either stay stuck at a job that I hated, or I could just get really hyper focused on my goals and just give it everything I got. And I did. So now where I am today, I have 2 kids. This is my full-time job. I literally have total time flexibility. Like yesterday, I needed to get new tires. They came in. So I was just like, all right, I went to the place. It took like 2 hours to put tires on, but I walked around to a few stores. I went to Starbucks and got some work done too. So it's really cool now being on the other end of this being my full-time job. I don't work 8 hours a day. I really don't. I still pretty much work that 2 to 3 hours Monday through Thursday. I still kind of take Fridays off. I don't know. It's just my thing. I like my Fridays off. And weekends are for the family. So if you're able to, again, just be hyper focused when you're able to work, even if you just have an hour. So like right now, my schedule is I wake up, get the kids ready for school. I do have an au pair, kind of like a nanny that lives at our house. So she takes over around 8 o'clock. And then 8 o'clock is my personal development time. So I'm in my office instead of like in the car doing my journaling, reading have like 5,000 books all around me. Reading personal development. Then I go into doing my workout, which is a little bit later, around like 9 o'clock. Then if I have any calls, that's when I hop on calls now more during like the early morning, mid-afternoon versus like when I was doing this um with athletic training. I did more calls at nighttime. Now that I have that time flexibility, I kind of like my nights to myself. So I just really, I'm still doing the same thing of finding new people, giving really great content and value on social media. Um, it's just, it looks a little bit different just because I now have the time flexibility to do it when I want to. And I do like to still go out, like to Starbucks. I do a lot of work around like 2 to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes, like I said, I'll go to Starbucks. I will create my reel for the day. I will connect and find new people on Instagram to follow. So I really have like key times of like in the morning is like PD workout, afternoon is really the more income producing activities of inviting, checking in with my group and finding new people to connect with. And then if I need to, like tonight, um, I have a call, but they're a little bit few and far between at night because I can create that schedule that I wanted for myself now that I have kids. So Alicia is going to share now how she has done it too, pretty much working full time, and now that she is a full time body partner.
Yeah, so like Rose said, this business is totally figure outable for me. It was a lot of social media because I would just share like recipe posts or I would share like a boutique giveaway here and there, or once in a while, like a life update or something, but nothing major. So it was like really learning social media because some of my first posts as a body partner were literally I'd take my phone and like snap a picture of the DVD cover and be like, this is what I did today, the workout that I did today. And no like recipe or any good like content, as compared to now. And so for me, that was my biggest thing. So I used Google a lot. And like Rose said, I would hop on calls. And so how it looked different is I even wrote up a little bit kind of a comparison sheet. And it really made me think that, like Rose said, gosh, like so blessed to have that time flexibility now that we have. And some people, they love their full time job too, and I have partners like that too, that they're teachers, whatever, nurses, and they love their full time job, but they just want like either extra income now with inflation and everything, or else they just want the extra purpose too, which is what this also provides. So now, I mean, I wake up at 5 a.m. I used to wake up 4 or 4:30 in the morning. A lot of my work schedule, I had a lunch hour that I would take because I was an architectural drafter or designer. And so I would take that lunch hour and I would use that to work, like Rose said, like follow up with people, check in with your groups, invite, do your posts for the day type of thing. And I didn't have a lot of warm market people that were like close to me or family, friends, whatever. I had like one best friend growing up. I have zero siblings. I'm an only child. And so I really had to use social media to my benefit because we live in such a tiny town. Most of it is older, elderly people. And so I really had to make connections like friends of friends, whatever, people that I went to college with, whatever, were some of my very first customers and even partners that signed up with me. And so anyway, I would use that time and I'd also even be in the bathroom and be following up with people on my phone and be like, "Hey, what did you think of this?" Or is it something that you could see yourself doing? And so, and then the evenings were more for like Rose said, like I would hop on like a business training call or try to learn something new that could make me just that much more better in my business and social media and marketing and things like that. Because, like Rose said, we don't have a background in that. Like, marketing or anything like wasn't our forte. So I would do that. And now it just looks different. Like, I mean, I wake up at 5 in the morning, but my kids wake up shortly thereafter most of the time. So, in the mornings, if I'm lucky, I can do like my personal development. And I know when Rose suggested doing personal development to me, I was like, what? Like, I am not like struggling mentally. Like, who is this lady? And so, anyway, it took me a while to get into it. But after I did, I really fell in love with it. And just knowing that, like, if other people can do this and be successful and they are just like me, I can too, and why not me? And so it really gave me the mindset of like flipping things around of like, oh, woe is me, like, I'm going to this job that I dread, or I have this long commute, whatever. And it really gave me the outlook like, hey, I can do this too. Like, this is awesome. And I'm excited about this. And it's not just another like scam or whatever people think that we do, it is. And so it really gave me that outlook that this is an opportunity that I can use to my advantage and make some of those goals and dreams come true. And so now I do calls like usually at noon if people have their lunch hour. Like I have a lot of teachers and nurses on my team, I feel like. And so sometimes it works best that they can hop on a call on their lunch hour. And then usually the afternoon, I'm off. Like I try to get laundry, all my stuff done that I need to for my business and household in the morning. Like I'm total morning person. And then in the afternoon, I try to have my phone away and try to spend it present with the kids or relaxing now that I'm pregnant, maybe get a nap in, maybe. um, and so anyway, that's kind of what my schedule looks like. And then evening is like once in a while hopping on a call like this, or hopping on a call with somebody who needs a one-on-one like mentorship call. And so, and I definitely go to bed early. Like I, especially now being pregnant, like I'm in bed sometimes by 7:38. And so this truly, like Rose said, this truly changed my life. And it's just one of those things that, like, if you have the determination and the passion, and you're like, hey, you know what? Like, this sounds really awesome. Like, I think I can make this work too. And trust me, you totally can, because everything, like I said, is figure outable. You can do this too. Like, we're nobody special. Like, we're just moms. We're moms on a mission, trying to help other people realize that they can do this too, and just being relatable, honestly. And it just comes down to just hard work and putting in, what you need to, like being uber focused, like Rose said, when you are working. And then when you're not working, like, putting your phone in a different room or turning it off, whatever you need to do. And just having that focus. But it's also down to balance too, because we, like Rose said, we get to have kind of the best of both worlds. Truly, we get to have this purpose and passion, and we made our health and fitness journey a business opportunity for us and our families. But also it's really great because we get that time freedom too. And no matter what your goals are, it's just awesome because you get that purpose and passion, and you get to contribute financially if that's one of your goals, and have like your own income coming in as a stay-at-home mom, which is really nice. But also just being able to connect with other women like this, being a stay-at-home mom, like I was looking so forward to this call just to have some adult interaction time, right? So, but yeah, no, I absolutely love it. And like Rose said, it changed my life 100% for the better.
And if you're thinking, okay, I'm interested, but now what? So every first Monday of every month, we start our new partner mentorship, where you will get a 28-day plan on our Body Partner app that you literally take 10 to 15 minutes daily. And it's like, we didn't have this back in the day when we started, but literally maps out step by step the plan to really get this business going. You get one-on-one calls with us, you get connected to our team. So you will have all of the tools at your disposal. And while I think like a lot of other network marketing companies will say like anybody can do this, I will say not everybody can do this because a lot of people don't want to put in the work. I will say this does take work. This is not a get rich quick scheme. We give you the layout of what you need to do, and we're not your boss. We can show you the way. We're not there to handhold though, but you just have to take the action. So as long as you have the heart and the hustle and slowly start to build that belief and confidence in yourself, this is totally possible. Whether you want to make $100 a week or $500 a week or $2,000 a week, the only limit really is just yourself. So if you're ready to get started, you want to get started now, because what I realized after doing this for 11 years, people don't start their health and fitness goals in January. They really don't. You think like January 1st is like the big, like, woohoo. Yeah, there's a little bit of a uptick, but I would say February and March, I don't know why, but it is huge. That's when people are like, oh crap, I waited 3 months and it's going to be spring soon. It's going to be summer. Like, I need to get my ish together. You need to be here now so that you can help people, because I promise you, this is one thing that everybody needs. Everybody needs help with their nutrition, especially nowadays with all of the crappy ass food out there, the processed chemical food. Everybody needs to work on their fitness, especially women with strength training and having proper form. And I I don't want to go to the I on it like, even if I didn't do this as a business, like I wouldn't like I don't want to drive to the gym. The closest gym to me is like 20 minutes. So 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. That's 40 minutes and I didn't even work out yet. Anyways, I'm not going to go on a soapbox. But if you are interested in being a partner with us and starting that new partner mentorship, reach out to the person that invited you to this, or if you're watching in our group, just again, reach out to the partner that you're signed up with, and they can tell you if we still have that buy one, get one deal if you're not signed up yet. So you can get a whole year free, insane deal. It ends January 1st, and you can enroll as a partner for free with that package as well. Anyways, this has been amazing. I love kind of just sharing and hearing Alicia again, because it's truly looking back to see where we started from until now. It is so freaking awesome that there is something like this out there, that we can make like full-time incomes from this thing right here, which is, I mean, spectacular, because right now Facebook and Instagram are totally free. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment in the chat if you're watching live, or if you're in the group, you can just comment. I don't see anything now, but we can definitely get back to it, or you could just reach out to the person that invited you here. Alicia, did you have any last words?
No, I think that was awesome. And know that we're always here for you too as mentors. Like, and I know Rose was always there for me when I had questions, and I still have questions. I still
I was
text
like, you
her.
just messaged me yesterday.
Yeah, I
You
did.
did.
And so I still have questions. And so I feel like I've had other people join my team personally that were with other companies, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe like your leadership and your mentorship like is awesome compared to like what I just got like a folder and was like, here." And so I feel like truly what we do is really set apart and taking you kind of under our wing and showing you all the tools in our tool belt, and then equipping you when you're ready to fly. And I know one thing Rose always told me is that you never have to recreate the wheel, which is so true, because you get to use Art Fit Clubs and put your people in there until you're ready to build your own little nest egg, and just all the little other tools that we have, like a checklist and everything for you on how to like set up this business and make things work and make things happen for you. And like Rose said, you just have to do the actions and put in the work.
And me and Alicia, as I feel like we are very similar, but we also run our business very different. And I love that. Like everybody could put their own spin on it. Like I am like I'm more of like the nutrition geek, and like I had PCOS, so I talk about that. Alicia like talks about more of like the rheumatoid arthritis, right? Like she's in her third like pregnancy right now. So you don't have to be like me. You don't have to be Alicia. You just have to be yourself. If you're able to be vulnerable and share whatever season of life you're going through, guess what? There's other people on the other end of that screen that are going to say, me too. I feel the same exact way. I don't want to go back to work after, having my third kid. I want to be at home with them, and I want to find a solution to that. You could
Yeah.
be that solution for people. All right.
And one thing I always said too is if I would help one person in this and inspire them, that I would be successful. And here we are, like 11 and 9 years later. So,
Yes. And it only starts with one person. Like people think like, I need to have this huge following. I need to go viral. I don't have a huge following and I've never went viral. No, you don't need to. You could just start with one person and then the ripple effect just takes place. All right, everyone. Thank you for tonight. And I hope to see you in our team page for our kickoff for, I think it's February 6th, I think is the first Monday of the month. You're welcome, Melissa. Thank you, Chelsea. Have a good night.
good night.